Welcome everyone to Building the Dream. My name is Matt Lambert.
And I'm Alex Kazitza, and we're here with Mark Tyler. We're at the construction site of his new tattoo shop, Stronghold Tattoo, down here in the Lincoln Park district. We're going to be chatting with Mark and getting to know a little bit more about his tattoo shop.
So to start things off, Mark, can you give us 2 interesting facts about yourself?
Yeah, I have a 1-year-old Siberian Husky named Carlos, and
It was adorable.
Yeah, he's a cutie, and I'm adopted.
Awesome. So how did you get started with tattooing? Like, what piqued your interest? What got you to do tattoos?
Well, since a young age, I've always been artistic. I've drawn. I had a bunch of comic books growing up, and I'd always replicate images from them. And eventually I started making my own comic books, or comic panels, just for fun. And then as I got older, they kind of morphed into my own drawings with a comic book style influence to them. And then I was roommates with a tattoo artist who kind of pushed me, said my drawings were really good and that I should start looking into being a tattoo artist because, you know, that's what he did for a living and he could see the potential in me. So eventually I applied to be an apprentice at a tattoo shop and I got the job on the spot. So
Cool.
Yeah.
So walk us along the path that brought you from not only being a phenomenal tattoo artist, but to being an entrepreneur and turning his passion into his profession.
Well, I've been in school, going to universities, studying business for a while, and I loved it. I would do it in my free time, take summer classes just so I could learn more. Business was always super interesting to me, just the economics and you know, everything about it. And I saw a huge correlation between tattooing, which is pretty much owning your own business and being an entrepreneur, and the business side of it, which I learned through schooling. So to answer your question, I forget what you asked. I literally went off the tangent.
I was just looking for the path of how you got to the thinking of starting your own business.
Right. Well, being a tattoo artist is generally, you know, owning your own business. You're marketing yourself, you're promoting yourself.
But you're taking it one step further here.
Right. So now it's just making it a little bit bigger and more public. And yeah, that's how I made the jump. So.
I gotcha.
So walk us through planning. Walk us through the stages of planning for Stronghold Tattoo. Like, what do you have to get taken care of? What are you doing right now? Obviously, we're in the construction site here, so
Right.
You're working on building the actual building. But what else do you have to do?
Well, it all starts with the drive to jump from working for someone to wanting to work for yourself. And there's a lot of factors that influence that. Once you get that thought, it kind of just snowballs into you actually pursuing that dream.
Building the dream.
Building the dream, exactly. So I don't know, the first thing I started looking for was a location, and it just so happened that Lincoln Park is a huge growing spot right now in Duluth.
Absolutely.
And it was the perfect opportunity to expand and start my own thing, because a lot of the entrepreneurs and business owners in the area are, you know, they might be young, they might be learning, but they're all a community and they help each other. And I thought that was huge. Being around like-minded people that want everyone around them to succeed is a great environment to be in. So I saw it as the perfect opportunity to open a business. I knew that if I personally didn't open a tattoo shop here, someone else would jump on it and do it before me. So why not?
If you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
So how do you position yourself each day to accomplish your goals and build your dream here?
Well, I literally start every day drawing. I wake up, roll over, grab my iPad, and sketch something. It might not be the most glorious thing I've ever drawn, but it just gets me in the habit of doing it every single day. I think it's a great thing to do because I want to learn every day. I know I can improve and get better. The only way to do that is by repetition and continuing to draw. There's no other way to do it. There's no shortcuts. There's no, you know, you just have to draw every single day, and that's how I start every day.
Yeah, and that's kind of a common theme that we've seen. Everybody that we've talked to so far says in the morning you have to kind of get your mind in the right place, and for you, obviously, that's drawing.
Yeah.
So what are some things that are different between just being a tattoo artist at a shop and owning your own?
So when you're just a tattoo artist at a shop, you're working under someone. They kind of dictate sometimes your schedule, sometimes what you should be doing, how you should act, and that's great and all. Some people can do that. I'm more of an independent person. I don't necessarily always agree with what business owners do. So, I'd butt heads sometimes with business owners and, sometimes think my way is better. It might not necessarily be the case, but I just think I was too strong-headed to be in a position where I could listen to someone for the rest of my life, and I wanted to change that. And instead of just complaining about it, I'd rather be about action and, take things into my own hands. So.
Cool.
So I know that you didn't just start being a tattoo artist out of thin air. How does one get experience learning tattooing? I'm sure that people, when they hear that you're a fresh new guy, they're not as willing to let you put ink in them.
Right. So it all starts with an apprenticeship, which is going to a actual tattoo shop, not scratching out of your house.
There's some people that do that.
There's quite a bit, and they're more likely to give people infections, and
I've seen it firsthand.
yeah, it's gross. So you start by going to an actual tattoo shop, asking for an apprenticeship. If they turn you down right away, don't let it discourage you. If anything, let it motivate you to be better and be someone that they can't turn away. So once you do that, you just work hard, show up every day, willing to learn. Eventually, the shop owner will tell you you're ready, and start with yourself. If you can't tattoo yourself, why should you tattoo other people?
Yeah.
And you'll probably mess up. Maybe you won't. But it's a learning experience, and as long as you learn from it, you can progress to tattooing other people. And you're not going to be perfect, but you learn every single tattoo, so you just get better and better until, well, one should hope you get better and better until you're at a level where, you're just constantly improving, and it can be great. So
Cool. So as an artist, are there people that you don't do tattoos on or that you won't touch?
So the only tattoos I've denied have been cover-ups for racial symbols, in specific, a Nazi symbol.
Just swastika.
Right. The only way I can describe it is in Inglourious Bastards, when Brad Pitt, at the end of the movie, brands all the Nazis with a swastika on their forehead, just so they go through their life living with that, and so people know and can recognize them as what they are.
So kind of like you already did that. You decided to do this. Live with it now.
Right.
You live with the consequences now.
Right. That's a personal preference. I know people can change, but to me, to see someone that can actually brand that on their skin for life as an advertisement, as this is who I am, it's disrespectful to me as a Hispanic person, and I just I choose not to cover something like that, or even touch it, or go near that person. They can live with that choice that they made.
Yeah.
So.
And you have that liberty being your own business person.
Right.
your own-
Right. And like I said, some artists might choose to cover that tackle that cover up and help them with it. But me, for one, that's the only type of tattoo I've denied. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So what are your views on tattoos in the professional world? I know that there's a growing acceptance of them. I just wanted to hear your take as a tattoo artist on what you're seeing the trend.
Yeah, I mean, if doctors and lawyers want to get tattoos, I'm all for it. I think it'll help society's perception on it. I think tattoos are a lot more accepted in society today, and I think that's a great thing. I think it's going to continue to get so as time goes on. So yeah, I think it's great.
It's improving. The image is improving. Absolutely.
Exactly. So.
So for yourself, what tattoo has had the most impact on you?
Right. So a couple months ago, I was approached by a woman who wanted to get her son's name tattooed on her forearm. I'm not going to say any names to keep her anonymous, but I tattooed it, and I did a really good job. I enjoyed doing the tattoo. She gave me a lot of artistic freedom. Later, I ended up doing another tattoo on her. It was a lot more personal. She just didn't tell me why. And then a couple weeks later, she sent me an email thanking me for doing her tattoos, and then she explained the meaning behind it. She was an escaped victim of human trafficking. She said it has been ongoing for about 5 years, and she never had a clean escape from it until now. She was being put into witness protection, moving to California, and she had a son that she had to give up in order to be put into witness protection for his safety. So for her to do that, to give up her son and move for both their safeties was super important to her. So I was shocked and touched to hear that she trusted me with such meaningful tattoos. I've never experienced anything like that, but after that, it kind of showed me the impact that, you know, something that you might think is a simple tattoo is actually a lot more meaningful in the big picture. So, yeah.
Wow.
It was huge.
Really feel right there on that one.
Right.
So, with the amount of tattoo artists and shops that are opening and are already open in the Twin Ports, how does one differentiate themselves from the rest of the pack? How do you separate your business and your style from everyone else?
You just have to put more time, effort, I guess, in the summarize, you just have to care more. There are a lot of tattoo artists that are in it just for the money. They might do a sloppy, quick job just so they can get that paycheck. But I mean, it shows in their work. Yeah, it just shows. And it also shows when you put the time and effort, and your quality shows when you take your time. I think that's one way of differentiating yourself. Also offering services that other tattoo shops don't have. And just, you know, being the best, working every day to be the best. It's the only way.
So yeah, if you're constantly improving, and at the same time, if other people are doing poor work, that's going to get around as well. So
You
if
hear a
people,
lot.
that's maybe good for you and good for your business, but not necessarily for other people.
Right.
So for yourself, Mark, what struggles have you had to overcome that maybe other people wouldn't realize or wouldn't know about?
Right. Well, I am a minority in the tattoo industry. It's primarily dominated by white males. Being a Hispanic male, you don't see too many, especially in Minnesota. Even just Hispanics in general, this far up north. That's one thing. I've had to deal with discrimination.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but you know, you can't really let it get to you that much. But just put it in the back of your mind, forget about it, and
keep moving forward.
Right. That's all I can do. So
cool. I guess, is there anything else that you want to talk about with your tattoo shop here? Obviously, we're opening up in the near future here.
Right. Stronghold Tattoo should be open within the month. That's all I can say on that. Mainly due to construction, it has a lot of variables in it that are out of my control. So I'm super excited to be able to offer my services and the services of my coworkers to everyone. Also to be in this community of Lincoln Park with a ton of other great businesses. It's super exciting for me. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't want to open my shop in any other city or district than Duluth.
Awesome. Mark's also going to give everybody a special discount on their tattoo once he gets open. So you'll see that picture at the end of the video here. Make sure to screenshot that and bring it in. But all right, well, thanks for sitting down with us, Mark.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.